beating Ronda's supposed to be her solo push, and now we're getting another tag team.
So let's go into that, which
I mean,
happened on Raw as well.
Transition. You can pick it up right there.
Chelsea Green basically
oh, sorry.
Yeah, Chelsea Green basically got in the face of Shayna Baszler. That led to a match. Shayna Baszler did pick up the win, but got attacked by Piper Niven afterwards. And then Zoey Stark came to her aid. And I liked the idea of the tag team, but as Lewis was alluding to earlier, this was supposed to be the starting point of Shayna Baszler getting a serious push, and now it's delayed again. So, what do you guys think about that?
Lewis, you can go right ahead.
Yeah. After the whole Ronda thing, I really just wanted, bone breaking, tough, killer Shayna back, and I get it. Her and Zoey Stark's kind of like look like they can work well together and probably be pretty dominant together, but it's like I don't know. This tag team division is, and I've seen people talk about it. Like, honestly, get rid of it at this point. Like, if anything, just give us like a secondary, like women's title or something, because it's like
the USA women's title.
I don't know. Bring back the European title. I don't know.
The USA Network title. Yeah, there
we go. Anything, because there's no women's tag team division. There is no division. It's just makeshift people to just put titles on, and literally, I feel like there's only been one title reign that was probably no. I'm lying. There's probably like two, and then one of those groups quit. So it's just like you can't just keep slapping people that you're just like, oh, let's get them on TV and let's just make them a tag team. It's just like you don't do that with the men's tag team division. Why are you doing it with the women's?
I mean, they have done it. They have done it.
I know they have, but the whole
not to this degree. Not to this degree.
Exactly. The tag team division has Alpha Academy, Street Blackbird, Viking Raiders, Brawling Brutes, tag teams, not just like, you got Kevin and Sammy, but they've been best friends for however long.
Yeah.
They can be a tag team,
but actually trying to build something, and it's just
it's just at this point, I honestly do believe they are cursed, because it's like you literally got people winning them and then they're out. They win them, they're out. They win them,
the white straps. It's the white straps on the title. They gotta change them. They gotta change them. I'm convinced.
Yeah,
it could be. They're the only white strap titles, I guess.
Well, I don't like this at all. Like Lewis and Daniel alluded to, the whole point of the feud between Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey was for Shayna to branch off and go back to being the dominant force that she was in NXT. The reason for that breakup and that feud, regardless if it was rushed or not, was for Shayna to be back, and for them to pivot in this direction and go to this tag team. It's definitely not something that's interesting to me. I'm actually more interested in seeing, as much as Lewis is not a fan of Trish Stratus when she was in the feud with Becky Lynch, but I actually wanted to see that continue with Zoey Stark and Trish Stratus as a way to put Zoey Stark over in the end and therefore make her a bigger star, and therefore actually make her a contender for Rhea Ripley or for Io Sky, for instance. So from that standpoint, I mean, I don't like the direction that they're going in. I mean, like Lewis said, the tag team division is pretty much for the women is pretty much a wash now. If I was them, I would definitely do away with the division on the main roster. If anything, bring the tag team titles back down to NXT. I mean, because they would actually do something with them. I can remember when those tag team titles were in NXT, there were feuds. I don't recall them there being like a crazy amount of teams, but the titles were respected, especially when Kaden Carter and Katana Chance had them down there, and they told a whole story of them getting to the titles. So from that standpoint, I mean, that's what they really should do.
That is a tag team that's on Raw, but hasn't been seen recently.
Hasn't been seen at all. Literally, and there was promise with them. I think weren't they the first NXT people and people from NXT that were drafted? I don't remember, but just the draft seems like ages ago.
No idea when they were.
Yeah, but
I'm not gonna act like I remember the draft.
You know what group I was mad that I wish would have stuck together, and if they would have even got moved was
Toxic Attraction.
No, well, they should have definitely came up together. Mm-hmm. That would have been a tag team, another tag team. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we never even got to see what was the point of it. Was the group with Xia Li and then that chick with which I know she's like another character now in NXT, and then
Soraya. Soraya.
She had like the black hair, and she always sat in the chair.
I know exactly what you're talking about. She's Wendy Chu now, but I think her name was like I forget what her name was, but the I know what group you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
And then they had the dude,
Asian guy, the girl who plays Wendy Chu.
That was actually a sick group, and like Xia Li was getting like built up, and I'm like, yes, like this
another person that's not being used.
And that's why I say I'm like, is she?
I believe so.
I see her training, but I don't know if she's on Raw or SmackDown. I
see her on Instagram all the time. She has more Instagram posts than matches.
Exactly. She's not on Raw. She's not on Raw or SmackDown. She's on Main Event.
Oh God.
Probably on Main Event. You never see her. Well, but if they're trying to build a tag team division by putting these two together, it's not with these two, especially not with Shayna Baszler.
And especially what you guys were saying, especially with Shayna Baszler, who just defeated Ronda. I think that match probably soured a lot of people in the view of that eyes, because that match was so just like, what is this? That it probably didn't propel Shayna the way that they wanted it to, and they probably didn't get the crowd reaction that they wanted to on the past couple the Raws afterwards. Her promos and stuff like that, her matches and stuff like that. So they were probably kind of soured on that. And as Zoey Stark, as you guys said with Trish Stratus, we're not seeing anything concluding from that. We just saw her branch off from that, and now she's getting put into basically another partnership and not being on her own. When I think if you've seen her in NXT, she's good enough to be on her own. She doesn't need to be in a tag team right now, especially as a person who's fresh to the roster. I feel like they should be giving her a chance to branch off and see what she can do. But with Shayna Baszler and Zoey Stark, it's like, we don't really want to push you guys right now, so we're going to put you guys together and see how that works, rather than actually going, hey, let's actually build them and see what's actually happening. I do get that they have to build a tag team division, right? Like, they have the tag team champions, but they're not really putting much effort that we see into this women's tag team division. With 3 hours of Raw, it's like there's enough time to get some type of mojo going or some type of direction going with those women's tag team titles. Yeah. And I don't think the comedy act of Chelsea Green and Piper Niven is going to do that. Even though I understand the pairing, I just don't think that's enough to get that moving in the right direction.
And Chelsea Green as a tag team champion, it's like, we know she's probably going to drop those titles like pretty quick. Even her and Sonya Deville, when I don't even remember who they beat. Who did they beat? Oh, they beat was it Ronda and Shayna?
Hold up, let me remember. It seems like ages ago. I think it was.
Shayna turned on Ronda, and they lost the title.
Nah, it was Liv and Raquel, because Liv and Raquel beat Ronda and Shayna.
Yes, that's what.
And then Liv and they only lost, so they only won so they could lose to Chelsea.
Remember the fireworks celebration.
Who can forget
the fireworks celebration on Raw for Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green?
And then look, another person who gets hot potatoed into a tag team. Liv Morgan, tag team with Raquel, tag team with Rhea, tag team with Natalia.
Ruby Soho.
She's a tag team expert.
No, because her world title reign was booked so shitty that they probably thought, okay, she can't do it, so let's put her in a tag team. But that was really the booking, not her.
Yeah.
Even though she does sound like a robot every time she talks.
She reminds me of Christian Cage. Always in the tag team. Always in the tag team.
Hey, he became a champ on his own.
Yeah, he did. I'm just saying, right? Like right now, maybe that's where the stage she is right now is just tag team.
She doesn't seem like
He's one of the most hated people in wrestling right now.
Oh yeah,
Christian Cage.
Talking about dead people's dads and shit.
Yeah.
Kicking his daughter out of interviews.
That was actually funny.
the good heel stuff. Good heel stuff.
But yeah, I think I don't know. I think the women's tag team division, either send it down to NXT or it's
or actually just have women tag team matches. How about just have women go out there and
exactly. And it's like you got the women's title. How hard is it to just get another two Katana Chance or whatever and Jade? I always forget their names.
Katana Chase.
Boom, have a match against another tag team. Boom, you have 4 tag teams right there.
And just have them go at it. And give them time. Give them at least 10 minutes and give them time. just something to think about. Just something to think about. But we can move into our next talking point here. We have Jay and Jimmy. I call this one the Lost Bloodline